It's evening. It's a theater. It's dark in here. We have a couple of thank yous. Yes, we just want to thank you all for being here today. It's very important to be supporting new works and new plays and new musicals, especially with this festival. We've seen so many amazing pieces throughout the whole thing.
The quality's been so high.
Yeah. Has anyone been for any of the other nights? Anyone else?
We have.
We've seen them.
We can vouch for them. They've all been good.
Yes, they've been unreal. So thank you all. Give yourself a round of applause for being here.
Thank you.
All right, you ready for the last show?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're ready. Alrighty. Our next show is straight out of the fringe, and we have heard that this show is nuts in the best possible way. Next up is King Kong Enchaîné, or King Kong in Chains. This is written, directed, and performed by Dana Blanc.
Now, Queen Kong in Chains centers around the life of Leni Riefenstahl, Hitler's propaganda filmmaker of choice. She was the director of the film Triumph of the Will. During World War II, she had unlimited funding from the Nazi state, but after the war, after Germany's loss, not only could she find no funding, but no one wanted to work with her. She lived to the ripe old age of 101 and only died in 2003, and up until the day she died, she was a Holocaust denier.
Yes, this show has been seen in numerous places all over the country, but this festival is the New York City debut, so very exciting.
All right, put your hands together for Queen Kong in Chains!
We've heard a rumor that Gene is in the house. Gene in the house?
Gene's in the house.
Yeah, he's right here.
There he is. Give it up for Gene. He is the man of the festival. His product here.
I'll talk fast. I know no one cares what I have to say. I really just want to take a quick moment, though, and thank. Like that's never happened before. I just want to take a quick second and just thank you guys very much for really just being a part of this project. You know, it's a very special project to me and a lot of the folks here. And I know we've already had some wonderful participants performing, and you've seen a couple today. But you know, throughout this festival, it's really been great. You know, when you set your expectations for doing something, and then they actually come to fruition, it's exciting. Like in the last hour, I got a note from one of the playwrights, and they were at a show last night, the Full House, about 80%. And they were reached out to by a couple of investor banker friends and Broadway producer that we brought. And it turned out, looks like they're going to have a conversation and see about kind of setting up a platform for their show. And you know, that's happened a few times. So it's happened 3 times this season. We're just very excited because a lot of these people who come in, they're donating their time. And they're really trying to work with the writers and help the writers. Tonight we have, I'm going to stand over here, this light's going to bother me. Like tonight, for instance, we're sold out. We have a full Broadway team coming on. Geneva Carr is going to be on stage, Lynn Cohen from the Hunger Games, Chillian Kennedy, who was, I believe she was Carole King in Beautiful, or she was a major role in that particular show. Just some wonderful folks who work with the folks in the festival. They're on the stage tonight, actually, to benefit tonight for women and the Me Too movement, of how we can kind of raise awareness and help people. And it's going to be great because every person on stage this evening is currently in or was very recently in one of the major shows on Broadway. And they're coming here to this stage to do a reading of 12 Angry Men, except they're going to call it 12 Angry Voices. So that's really neat stuff. You know, it's kind of nifty. Next weekend, we have a Bernard Palmer show. For any of you who follow theater, I'm kind of a nerdy reading guy. He wrote The Elephant Man, and his daughter is a panelist in the festival. She's a casting director, and she's lovely. And anyway, she's putting in one of his unpublished works, submitting into the festival. I believe that's going to be 1 week from today. So it's kind of a fun thing. We really have the whole gambit of folks coming in and participating, and that makes us all like very proud and happy to see it all work. And thank you guys for coming in, and kind of on a Sunday afternoon when there's only 4 shows, you guys are here, you're cheering them on, and that's really cool. So thanks. It's all fun, like celebrating. So this next young lady, I'm very proud of her. You know, I kind of met her under very random circumstances, and you know, sometimes you just see people and you're like, wow, you know, they're pretty energetic. They've got some talent. There's something there. And this person is so impassioned with her work. It's like one of those true actresses. You know, she comes in, she's like, I we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be a great show, and I've got drums, and I know how to dance. Did I tell you I know how to dance? And you know, all this stuff, and it's like one of those things you say to yourself, that's someone who you want to give a chance to, you want to give an opportunity to. She's a lovely energy, she's become my friend, as have pretty much everyone here that you've seen today. But the next young lady, she has a show, Queen Kong in Chains, and her name is Dana Block. She's all sorts of wonderful, so please welcome her to the stage. I will leave you alone, and thank you very much.
Sarah, can you remember me? The one that picked me up at your house. Sarah, can you remember me? The one that picked me up.
How did you get in here? Who are you? Would you just walk in off of 42nd Street like you can walk in because there's no security? Who do you think you are? Did you come to surprise me? To scare me? Oh, no, no, no. I've been to 2 world wars and countless character assassinations. It will take more than your grim faces to scare the shit out of me. You can kiss my schnitzer. Oh, that's a nice bike. Don't worry about it. Jesus Christ, look at you. It's my surprise party. I know all about it. I'm the one who's throwing it. Hey! Willkommen, bienvenue. Welcome. Oh, come on. Is everybody having a good time? Yeah. Yes! That's what you're supposed to do. I'm an old lady. How about singing Abbott giving me some Lenny love as I get this thing to my chair? I just got back from a long trip. How about singing Happy Birthday for me? How do you feel about that? Okay? Here we go on 1 and 2 and 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ollie. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, that was great. I laughed, I cried. It was better than cats. Do you know how old I am today?
No.
And I don't want you to guess. Today, I am 103 years old. That's right. Welcome to Lenny's funeral home. At this age, they're just waiting for you to drop dead, crack a rib, and eviscerate yourself. If somebody rings the doorbell, and it takes me just a second too long, already they've got the faces in my people. Lenny, Lenny, are you all right? Are you in there, Lenny? Lenny, are you dead? I was dead. I couldn't answer. One must continue to reinvent oneself. One must rewrite one's history every single day of their lives. Oh, I have so many copies of Lenny at this point, I don't even know which one is the real one. I've lost track, but hey, the facelifts help. No, you have to make every day count and every birthday special. So this year, do you know what I'm going to do? Do you?
No.
I'm going to make a Kong. I'm going to make a blockbuster. Yes, I am. Do you realize how many Kong films are out there? Like 4 or 5. Now it's opening on Broadway. I don't think a woman has ever directed it either. I'm not going to. I am going to direct Queen Kong. Hey. People say, Lenny, what are you still doing here? Why are you trying so hard? Well, I am not Lenny the cadaver. I am Lenny the survivor. And I'm still here. Bring your music up! Good times and bomb times. I've seen them all. And my dear, I'm still here. Flash sometimes just pretzels and beer. But I'm here. I've stuffed the dailies in my shoes, strummed ukuleles, sung the blues, seen all my dreams disappear. But I'm here. That's right. I'm still here. Oh, thank you very much. I really love Fort Mary. Yes, so I am still here. And you want to know why? And I told you about the Queen Kong. And now I'm going to tell you about why I am so special and I am the only one who can really make this Queen Kong. You see, I have a fantastic background. Well, my first movies were in the Alpine films. Now, this is a speciality of the German cinema, very romantic, very moody, kind of change, shadow, expressionistic kind of thing. That is where I got my start as an actress. And I would jump from icicle to icicle in my bare feet, sheer mountain walls, across the rickety bridges. That was Lenny. And I was terrific, but you know what? Now I'm going to have to jump from bed to bed in Hollywood because I've got to sleep with somebody to get funding for my film. That's okay, I'm ready. I've got my second win and I've got the glide. But when I make my films, yes. Well, let me tell you first about my very famous, the film I love when I played Junta. You see, I made a film that not a lot of work for women in the Alpine film. So I made my own Alpine film. I just watched the cameraman and already I was ready to make my own film. I made a film called Das Blaulicht, the blue light. And I played the heroine. I directed it, I wrote it. I always play all the parts because I'm the best, let's face it. Very melodramatic, that's my favorite. Junta is a little heroine. And she's going to climb the blue mountain. It's not actually a blue mountain, it's a regular mountain. But there is a blue light behind it, like a blue lava lamp. And all the people at the base of the mountain are very scared and they are bowing down and they are afraid, they're villagers. But Junta is like a superstar. She can climb the mountain, any mountain. So one day Junta goes up the mountain and the villagers see her and they hate her. They think she is a witch. So they pick up stones and they throw the stones at Junta. Pick them up and throw them and throw them and throw the stones until poor Junta falls from the icicles into the crevasse and dies. You know, I've got to tell you, this is Lenny's story. The story of Junta is Lenny's story. All right, so I worked for a little while for Adolf Hitler's political campaign. And then when he came into power, yes, I made his documentaries, little documentaries, but who knew they were going to be so important? Oh my God, they won this prize and that prize, every prize in the book. I was like, Lenny the genius, Lenny, she's brilliant, groundbreaking work. But then after it came out, after the war, what was going on, I didn't know. It came out who Hitler was. It was like, Lenny. And they pick up the stones and they twirl them and they twirl them around the ice me for the rest of my life. And you take away my film career and I'm nothing. It was like a death sentence. But it was like Lenny is untouchable, from genius to untouchable. I guess that's Hollywood, right? And listen to me, listen. I am 103 years old. I have won 4 trials to prove my innocence. I have been denazified in 4 languages, whatever that means. I am fresh and pure now. I have made 50 lawsuits and I have won every single one of them. I am not now, nor have I ever been a member of the Nazi Party. read my lips. Yes, I was there, but I didn't look. Come on. Now, all they can do, listen. Okay, so after this, Hollywood. I know why they put me away, so they could steal all of my innovations. You see, my innovations are still the basis for a lot of filmmaking now, all the best filmmaking. Aerial photography, music. I could make these little men into gods by filming underneath them, going on top of them. And they are still using my techniques. You know what they called me? They called me the poet laureate of the Nazi regime. I think I will commit an extreme act of poetic irony and put my head in an oven. How would you like that? What do you think? Couldn't stand them. Yes, I, Lenny, was personally responsible for the final solution. I didn't know. Give me a fucking bike. All right, let's keep it light. Then I went to Africa. Africa, the dark continent. I love Africa. I still, to this day, it's my favorite. I went to Africa. Nobody knew me there. I could get away from my past. They just took me for who I was. And there, I found, I'm going to do a little show. Oh, I almost fell over my own suitcase. That would be better than putting my head in the oven, actually. You see this? The Nuba. I found the Nuba. These beautiful people in a pristine environment. It was in southern Sudan, you see? Lenny, and I lived with them, and I loved them, and they loved me, and together we invented Jungle Fever, and it was a rhapsody, and I published my books and other books, and I wanted the world to know about them. And what happened? Somebody comes in and has to stomp on the flowers. So this little man, Miriam Cooper, he flies in from his big Deus Ex Machina, his airplane, comes down, stomps on the flowers, finds the Nuba, takes the pictures, publishes it in the National Geographic, and I kid you not, he goes to Hollywood and he makes a movie. And what do you think this movie is? King Kong. You see the connection? He makes, no, they won't give Lenny, the racist, money to make a movie about nature and beauty and art and love. But Hollywood, they do this so they can make the racist movie about a big black Nuba ape that falls in love with a powdery little white princess. And they go to New York and he threatens to spew his giant orgasm all over the city and kill and drown all the white men and impregnate all the white women and create a master race of apes. Do you get it? That's the most racist concept ever. I am going to take this toxic trope and I am going to turn the screw and turn it around. So I am going to make a Queen Kong. Yes, I'm going to stick a hot black poker up Hollywood's white Jewish ass and flip the negative into the positive. I am going to do a movie about a Queen Kong who is pristine and beautiful and rises up out of the vapors of the forest. She is mistress and goddess of all living creatures, and everybody loves her. She is president of the corporation. She is everything. And my movie will symbolize the fear of the rise to power of black women. And nowhere is that more prevalent than in Hollywood. The fear. That's right. And guess what? I write the film, I direct the film, and I will play Queen Kong. Now, would a racist do that? No. Oh, look, my Nazi hat fell off. Okay, there must be something in that. No, I will play Queen Kong. Now, how can I do that, you ask? Well, you know, there's more than one way to skin Kong. And I will make her this incredible goddess. And nobody will ever wonder again about the beauty of Africa and the African people. Oh shit, that thing is, you know, these costumes, they get so old and then you can't make them work anymore. I'm 103 years old, you know. Sometimes my scripts get old and dusty. Here we go. I will write this movie, Queen Kong in Chains, and I will win an Oscar. I will write it, I will act in it, and I will be the Kong. I have to live to be 150 years old, and I am nothing but a skeleton with eyeballs. I will win the Oscar! I want it. I still want it so bad, my baby. Like any artist. I want to hear the words.
Worship God as the divine mother.
I want to hear them say, Lenny, you have been wronged.
Mother is closer.
Lenny, you are the greatest filmmaker who ever lived. Lenny, come and get your little golden Ubermensch, your little golden man. That's right, bring on the music, please. Your little golden man. And I will go up to the podium and I will thank Adolf Hitler because he gave me my start. I was there, I was a patriot, I didn't run away, I didn't turn my back. I worked because I was told to work. I am an artist, I am not political. Now I'm going to dance for you. There used to be some music here, but I don't know where it went. Oscar! Oscar, I love you. There it is! There it is! The jungle music! I'll just keep talking then. So I'm one of the characters in the show. You know, this is a much longer show, but you're just getting our best 25 minutes for today. Yeah, so I'm Bobby Dorr. You can call me Dorr. I'm the Rhine maiden who plays Anne. Really Jewish. My last name is Patel. I'm not afraid to admit it, like Lenny, who's also half Jewish. No. So here's what we do. The story follows the regular Kong story. We go on the boat, we smoke a lot of weed. Oh, actually, Jack's played by Ken Doll. Okay, and there's Lenny and there's plastic dinosaurs. So then we get to the island of Thorn. And there's like this fabulous music down in the village. And I'm thinking like, oh God, this is Zumba class or something like that. So I said, Lenny, I'm going down to the village. I go down there, it's like a rave or something. And I have a couple of shots, and next thing I know, the party people throw me over the fence, and there I am, face to face with that Kong. I mean, you should see the size of one eyeball. And I didn't know what was going on. First she was friendly, but then she looks at me and she says, uh-huh, uh-huh, because she recognizes I'm Kong's type. So she's about to tear my head off when Lenny comes running down the hill, busts through the door, and says, hold on, it's just the patriarchy. We should love each other. So then, well, we look at each each other. We're like, yeah, we should love each other. What do we do? And there was no desserts, no shopping, all that cliched stuff. So we're like, well, what can we do that's not cliche? And you know what we come up with? We decide to write our own vagina monologues. What better way to share? So that's right. So I wrote mine, Queen Kwan wrote hers, and Lenny wrote hers. So I'm gonna start. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Well, okay then. Here goes. My vagina is pink and plastic, Teflon non-stick, check more than one dick. I don't like to think of it because there's not much to do with it. Labia majora, labia minora, there's no labia love boat for this Dora the Explorer. I looked for it, I searched for it, I asked the lady at the toy counter for it. She said, honey, under your bumper, that's where you find thumper. That's where your clitoris door is, Dora. That's where your Barbie doll clitoris door is. Well, I hoped for it, I hunted for it. I even took off my leg, looked up that hole for it. I said, I think they forgot my fiery little hot pot that will melt all this plastic, turn me Jurassic on the spot. So I wrote the manufacturer. I said, I'm wondering where my rapture is. Do you think I could have left it in the packages? They said, miss, come on back to the factory. We're going to make you happy down there where the fur is all nappy is. I said, there's no nappy down there. No fur, no hair. I ain't got nothing but air down there. They said, we're going to retrofit you with a fatty little root do or a fancy honey bun up do or a poodle moo. We got beaver cleaver high top. We got woolly bully bushmock. We got cheeky shag and shag you deep piercings tats and tag your meat. We can match your curtains, that's for certain. You'll be dabbing down and dove and you'll be working. But they said there's just one thing. You're retired, you're fired, your warranty has expired. My little thing is a plastic motherfucker. Peachy pink motherfucker is a perfect motherfucker. It's a robot with oars, paddy wagon for horse, a Barbie doll hotel with its own swinging doors, anatomically correct, politically incorrect, orgasmically sexed, orgasmically sexed. My little thing is a Barbie doll motherfucker on fire. You can buy her at your local adult toy store. You know what the fuck for? That's it. Love you. Okay, Snowflake, that's enough for you. All right. Yes, that's who I am, all right. You got it. I'm the calm. All right, now I don't really understand this casting. I mean, Lenny says she's going to play. Oh, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't even know if it's legal. But we'll see about that down the line. I got my first baby, so I'm staying. I'm staying for now. So yeah, I wrote my own vagina monologue. Are you up for it? Yeah. Let me. Can I get a yeah? Yeah. My Queen Regina is a primeval motherfucker. My Queen Regina is a serpentine motherfucker. With cave drippings coming down the walls and mossy-covered mounds in the distance and a rainbow-colored meadow full of wildflowers, cut wildflowers, fresh cut flowers all up in the snatch, all up in the branch, all up in the crotch of the tree, all up in this primordial motherfucker. Bright blue butterflies in the meadow and chunky white clouds in the sky, floating in the sky, and big flat black birds riding on top of the chunky white clouds, and boa constrictors and coatamundis and capybaras and green anacondas and iguanas and jaguars, all up in this primordial motherfucker. My Queen Regina is a fantastic motherfucker. My Queen Regina is a freaking motherfucker. She squeak, laugh, cry, scream, cough, burp, yell, sing, contralto, alto, belting, soprano. This motherfucker is a 5-octave piano. My Queen Regina is mean. She's extreme. My Queen Regina is infantile, supreme. Volcano rock fried tomato, a steak burrito, a cut torpedo, a slash, a wound, a mound, a rock, a rug, a jelly roll round, a cleaver, a cheetah, ham sandwich, husband beater, hog eye, hole of holes, hole of holies, man eater. My Queen Regina is a tasty, sweet motherfucker. But dig my ditch, y'all. Yeah? 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 Oh, oh. That's it. Yeah. Okay. And now, I wrote mine. You think those were good, funny, bad taste? All of the above. My vagina is a Teutonic motherfucker. My vagina is an oven motherfucker. My vagina is an icicle motherfucker. We've got toffins and torts and bunt cakes and fastnacht.